help me holding on, 'cause I still feel your hello, hello. I know that I'm living with ghosts.
Clash of the Castle. This is glorious Scotland.
The edge of a cliff is glorious Scotland. Almost every time I look at the OVO Hydro Arena, I worry that it's suddenly going to tip over and collapse based on its structure design. And my frustration of that one picture in the Firefly Funhouse not being straight comes to mind too. Now that I think about it, I guarantee that picture is still not straightened out even after the Funhouse shut down. WWE looked at the stage planning for this event and thought, you know how we had the curved ramp for a lot of our recent shows? Let's do it again, except add more curves so that our wrestlers have to turn left and right in a serpentine pattern to get to the ring. Only a matter of time before the WWE wrestlers had to go through a literal maze just to get to the ring.
I told you a fight's coming to Scotland.
And I'm about to get screwed over at this same event for the second time in a row. This time, even worse. Well, it sadly looks like we are inching closer and closer to the 2017 to 2019 era where WWE has absolutely no pyrotechnics. It was fun while it lasted, I suppose. Also, I feel we are in an awkward situation here because AJ Styles had to pull a Mark Henry from 2013 just to get another match for the WWE Championship. When honestly, he could have just approached Cody Rhodes himself. He went around and begged everyone except the champion for a rematch. The phenomenal has become less phenomenal for resorting to fake retirement, and just like Mark Henry, it doesn't work out for AJ Styles either. Help me out here, guys. I am facing the camera, right? It's just the zigzagging walkway made me lose my sense of direction and my hair is in my face.
This may be the only match we get to witness tonight.
Given how these premium live events get less and less matches, I would not be shocked if one day we have an entire premium live event dedicated to a single Iron Man match. Corey Graves might be onto something here, even unintentionally. The crowd is absolutely electric throughout this night. Scotland was a fantastic place to host Clash at the Castle, as that was one of the loudest woes for Cody Rhodes I have ever heard, taking off 3 sins. That being said, after the last 2 years of big pyrotechnics when Cody performs that part of his entrance, it feels absolutely weird to not hear an explosion of pyro after the crowd yells whoa. Given how things don't tend to end well for anyone bringing their family for an I Quit match, I don't think Cody Rhodes bringing Mama Rhodes to Clash of the Castle Scotland was a good idea. Look at Beth Phoenix in 2022. I guess I had it wrong, folks. Cody Rhodes could not make it to Clash of the Castle due to unfortunate travel issues, so he sent his identical twin to wrestle in his place. Except this twin is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and forgot to put his name in, so we're just gonna call him Talent Name tonight. I find it hilarious and convenient that Clash at the Castle and Backlash had the Prime logo in the middle of the ring canvas. Neither event featured Logan Paul. However, King and Queen of the Ring, an event which featured Logan Paul in the literal main event, did not have the Prime logo in the middle of the ring canvas. I guess we're going by whichever event Logan is not part of. I understand the frustration from the crowd. I'd be pissed off and singing for Cody Rhodes too if I was expecting to see him but ended up seeing whoever the hell this guy is. Normally this doesn't happen because the referee doesn't explain the rules to the wrestlers in the ring. My only assumption is he's explaining the rules so that Talent Name can understand what's going on, since this is technically his WWE in-ring debut. Talent kicks AJ Styles, which causes him to suddenly slip and fall in the ring. The Prime logo must somehow be spilling actual Prime and it's caused the ring to get slippery.
Champions are 4-2 in I Quit matches.
That might be because all 4 of those times the champion retained his title, the champion was John Cena. And when John Cena is in an I Quit match, you might as well declare him the winner automatically since it was always obvious he wasn't losing.
The last time a title changed hands in an I Quit match, John Cena.
Oh, the irony of the prior sin.
Disaster kick. Oh, and AJ.
That was a nice and perfectly timed catch from AJ Styles, but I still gotta put in the sin. AJ Styles is addicted to Talent's names. What the fuck?
They have the will.
The crowd's delayed reaction to AJ Styles chopping Talent... Okay, you know what? This match is gonna go on for about 30 minutes. I'm not gonna keep saying Talent Name all night long. Cody Rhodes should be thankful that the match can only end with the words I quit because he just tapped out. New WWE Champion, Prime! That would make Logan Paul jealous for sure that his drink could beat Cody but not himself. Oh! Who would have thought that in this scenario the one who suffered the most damage was the Prime hydration station at ringside? Try pouring all that Prime into AJ's mouth, see if that causes him to quit. Hey, can a guy not give suggestions here? Trying to help out.
A regular wrestling match for the title. Oh!
First off, Cody Rhodes took that guy's beer and wasted the money he spent on it by splashing it all over AJ Styles. But also, Cody ends up splashing the beer all over the fans in the area, and now they're soaking wet. Are we positive that Cody Rhodes is supposed to be the hero here? Because I'd be pissed off if I had beer spilled on my head, like that time at Survivor Series last year.
Submission available to him.
Wade Barrett believes that the only logical way to win an I Quit match is by using physical submission holds when the vast majority of I Quit matches ended with threats to life. This store says exit for emergency use only, yet no alarms went off when Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles went sailing through it. Maybe this emergency exit is false advertising because there's a porn collection hidden behind it.
Should've put some seats back there.
That would be a total ripoff if there were seats back here just on the one-off chance that someone would come brawling in this particular area. And I guarantee even that would still be over expensive like the rest of the tickets.
The option of making this.
Robert Roode over here probably thinks that shot to Cody's face with a microphone was absolutely glorious. Considering AJ Styles has Cody's jaw spread out, even if Cody did say the words "I quit," the referee wouldn't do anything about it because Cody was incapable of pronouncing the words properly.
What it's gonna take.
Man, this scene is a lot more awkward than you think, because you could tell these two are trying to be as careful as possible to ensure they don't accidentally hit or destroy the technical equipment in this tiny-ass gorilla location. Couldn't they have found somewhere more spacious to fight if they were going to do the brawl goes backstage situation?
Playing a little rope-a-dope. Or is he just a dope-a-dope?
Haha, fuck you.
Folks, don't force a break.
AJ Styles somehow forgot that rope breaks don't exist in I Quit matches despite the fact that he's competed in so many of them over in TNA. Or are we still pretending whatever happens outside WWE is just a fantasy dream? They are collaborating with each other at this point.
Look out, guys!
Because of how low Cody was above the announce desk, I think it's safe to say this did not hurt him in the least bit. AJ should have tried dropping him on his ribs using the edge of the table.
Oh, God!
That works too, and it was a lot more brutal to watch that brain buster on the table compared to that poor attempt at an attitude adjustment, so I'll take a sin off for that.
Did you just question the ethics of somebody in an I Quit match?
I swear, Corey Graves is really trying to replace me as the voice of the WWE sins. You're gonna have to kill me if you want my job, Corey. Or fight me in the ring, I'm down for that too. If you're going to hurt Cody Rhodes, then do it already! Don't yell at the audience what you're gonna do. That will just alert Cody on what's about to happen. AJ Styles is really not thinking clearly tonight after that fake retirement. On SmackDown, AJ Styles immediately picked up Cody Rhodes and connected the Styles Clash on the floor. But because this is a WWE Championship match on a premium live event, let's take all the time in the world not connecting the Styles Clash on the floor so that Cody can counter and make you look like an idiot. Again. Once again, AJ tries to get Cody to say "I quit" after he's ripping at his jaw. Even if Cody did say it, all you would hear is "Hey, me, hey, me," and the referee would remind him that he doesn't speak Latin.
They call those ice baths, Dave.
The fans are calling for tables because these two literally set up a table nearly 20 minutes ago and completely forgot about it.
AJ Styles, no!
Well done, AJ. You just damaged Cody's throat, which could render him incapable of speaking, let alone say the words "I quit." You are really not thinking this through, are you? AJ Styles should consider himself lucky that he didn't have the microphone in his face because he literally just said "I quit" right there.
You're right.
Who would have thought that failing to make your opponent say "I quit" would cause AJ Styles to get turned on as he starts stripping the referee? Because of how much Cody Rhodes is sweating and bleeding, the belt continues to slip off his head and turn this violent match into a hilarious piece of comedy. That's gotta be humiliating for AJ Styles.
Cody.
It really seems like every time AJ tries to get Cody to quit, he puts Cody in positions where it'd be next to impossible to hear him say it even if he did. Sure, he's torturing him, but it's not going to be enough to actually win the match. You have got to be kidding me, right? AJ Styles has won literally every I Quit match he's ever been in, yet he forgets the only way to actually win the match is to make your opponent say those two words. Passing out doesn't count as a... Why are they making AJ look like the biggest idiot when he's got the most experience here? I'm throwing in 10 more sins.
Wake up, Cody, wake up!
Oh great, you managed to wake him up with the water and then you hit him in the back of the head with a bottle, causing him to pass out again. Well done, moron. Shockingly enough, this is not the first time this year where someone pulled out the infamous black bag only to reveal it's not thumbtacks but simply handcuffs. AJ Styles handcuffed Cody Rhodes but made sure those handcuffs had the longest chain possible so that Cody could easily put his legs through and turn his arms back to the front. Also, if AJ really wanted to do some insane damage, he could have also chained Cody's legs together since there was a chain inside that bag as well. But if AJ thinks logically, then the match would be over and we cannot have the bad guy thinking logically in WWE.
The inevitable.
AJ Styles wasting all the time in the world yelling at Mama Rhodes, which allowed Cody to get through the handcuff situation and go after him. This match has really turned into how many times can we make AJ Styles look like an idiot in a 30-minute period.
And Styles now. Oh!
I gotta throw in another 5 cents because AJ Styles can clearly see Cody Rhodes hanging out at the steel chair in the ring, literally staring right at it, and yet somehow didn't figure that Cody would use the chair to block the phenomenal forearm. What has happened to this legend? It is very sad to watch sometimes. Man, you know that Cody Rhodes has become sadistic when he demands that the referee not ask AJ Styles if he quits. Plus, AJ is unconscious, so asking him would have been pointless anyway. Time to inflict more punishment. Some people think this was a lame way to end the I Quit match, but speaking as a guy who actually helped move these damn stairs to set up a ring one time at an independent show, I can tell you right now that those things are fucking heavy to move. So imagine you're handcuffed to the corner with no way to go, and you're about to get literally squashed with the near 200-pound stairs. That would make anyone say I quit, thus it was a perfect ending to the match. Post-match assault by the hero of the story too.
The Bloodline.
I can only assume that Cody Rhodes felt the presence of John Cena to his right, which is why he looked that way first. Otherwise, how did he figure that Solo Sikoa was even behind him, much less to his right when Solo was actually to his left? Also, to the shock of no one, we once again got Cody Rhodes dealing with the Bloodline even after he finished the story at WrestleMania 40. And because of these plans, we will not see Cody defend his title for another 2 months. Oh no, he's becoming another Roman Reigns! Man, you gotta love the subtle details here. Randy Orton checks on Cody Rhodes after he helped him against the Bloodline, but his main focus is on the WWE Championship. The feud is on the horizon and I am here for it. Given how the remainder of this match card takes place, I presume WWE made sure to crown Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn as the new Women's Tag Team Champions, because all the other Scottish representatives tonight are on the losing side of things. These two ladies are from Scotland, but Samantha makes sure to not introduce where they're from, which is a dick move if you ask me. Sure, they're the bad guys, but they're still the hometown heroes here. Nothing wrong with that. Man, Shayna Baszler is really just there. She went from being knocked out at NXT Battleground to being part of a Women's Tag Team Championship match just so Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill could lose their titles without actually being pinned. What a shame.
Earned a tag title opportunity. Fire and Dawn ruined it.
So basically, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark earned a one-on-one opportunity for the tag team titles, but all Alba and Isla had to do to earn a tag team title shot was attack the challengers. Makes you wonder why everybody doesn't do this when a number one contender is determined. It seems to be that easy to achieve when you really think about it.
A storm is coming.
When the people in Scotland hear a storm is coming, they laugh because they are surrounded by storms on a regular basis. Sorry for the fact that I have no eyes. I had a fight with Hela in Asgard and didn't realize she's the one who did this exact same thing to Thor's eye. In my case, I lost both my eyes fighting her. Someone get R-Truth on the phone! I found his baby! The 24/7 championship is right there in the crowd! Someone attack and pin that kid!
3 women in the ring at once.
Because we like to change up the rules literally every single time a 3 or 4 team tag match takes place. We're dicks.
Guys, I just noticed this.
Alba Fyre tries to tag herself in by tapping Bianca Belair, which confuses me. Because if one member of each team is legal in the match, then that means you can only tag in your partner. So why was Alba trying to tag herself in by tagging Bianca? What would have happened then?
Baszler.
Bianca Belair was supposed to hit her usual 10 punches in the corner, but because Isla Dawn was late on her cue, she had to keep up with the punching while looking behind her at absolutely nothing. Bianca is pinning Shayna despite the fact that her arm is underneath Shayna's shoulder, which is keeping it off the canvas. How is this pinfall legal for anything? Shayna Baszler may scare the fans in Scotland, but unfortunately she doesn't seem to scare anyone else, which is a shame because she was the perfect example of a female everyone should fear.
With the other set of challengers.
Jade Cargill clearly saw Shayna Baszler and Alba Fyre motion to their respective partners outside the ring and didn't figure that she was in danger of being attacked. The huddle at ringside and the sudden double team action didn't tip her off that both she and Bianca Belair are major targets here.
Cargill's nowhere to be seen.
I mean, Bianca Belair is literally right there, but go on. While trying to give Zoe Stark a back body drop, Isla Dawn loses her balance and falls on her ass, so the ropes aren't the only malfunctioning part of the ring. The canvas is also slippery. I blame the Prime logo. Must have some actual Prime on it, causing the wrestlers to slip everywhere.
Okay, now it's Alba Fyre showing off her.
Alba Fyre must have been inspired by Johnny Gargano when she tried to use Bianca Belair as a stepping stone into the Tornado DDT. But because she didn't have enough momentum, she didn't twist around as much, forcing Shayna to complete the turn. Well done on Shayna, but maybe try something else, Alba.
Shayna Baszler set up.
That was so horribly coordinated. Looked like Shayna stopped giving a damn and ran to the ropes to throw herself out of the ring, as Alba Fyre didn't even pull down the top rope whatsoever. And the top rope was the one that was loose during the show, so why wouldn't it get easily pulled down here?
For 649 days.
with nearly 300 of those days being her doing absolutely nothing because NXT UK had to be temporarily shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Of this
You know, the referee from the first match had warned AJ Styles that the top rope was loose. So when WWE went through the usual 10 minutes of commercials in between matches, why didn't they quickly fix that? Given 10 cents for the ring crew not trying to mend their mistakes.
Power again. Kick the baseline.
Slippery loose ropes and slippery canvases. Man, this premium live event should have really been titled Slippery When Wet.
I don't know what Jade's... did Jade just have...
Jade Cargill clearly tapped out in full view of the referee. Yes, she could see that. Don't give me that bullshit. Jade taps, the commentators acknowledged it, and the match still continues? WWE really doesn't want to give Shayna Baszler any type of success anymore, do they? That alone deserves 20 more sins. Bianca should consider herself lucky that her legs managed to graze Shayna's back, otherwise that would have been a 450 splash where Bianca overshoots her target and wipes out in the middle of the ring. A lot of botches and mishaps throughout this embarrassing match, and people had the gall to tell me it wasn't full of botches at all.
Putting on a show.
And there's another one. Jade Cargill missed her cue, causing Shayna Baszler to just stand around and wait to be punched. Man, this was a complete embarrassment of a match.
Nice cover.
First we had Jade Cargill missing her cue, and now we got Isla Dawn missing her cue to interrupt the pinfall attempt, which caused Jade to look like she had no idea how to pin Shayna. And this is how the match ends too. So much awkwardness, ending this match with another 5 sins.
You made me do this.
Chad Gable actually thinks that Alpha Academy will stay with him after he reach whipping with a belt levels of punishment. Maybe the Wyatt 6 ends up attacking him because he's an idiot and they're trying to get rid of the idiots in WWE. The moment you see Chad Gable pose with Sami Zayn's Intercontinental Championship is the moment that confirms he is obviously not winning the title tonight.
Think we need to pay royalties?
Who would have thought that a singing crowd is actually the move that stops wrestlers from actually wrestling? Are they done? Nope, got another 5 verses to go. Seems like we're going to be here for a while longer. Fans chant "We want Otis," despite the fact that Otis is literally right there at ringside. So you got him!
For Chad Gable, the Alpha Academy.
Chad Gable was already starting to arm drag himself before Sami Zayn could ever connect the move. Chad, why are you constantly leaving the ring and standing around? Well, this show has only 5 matches on the card, and we gotta get to the 3-hour mark somehow. Thank you! Boy, that's gotta suck when Sami Zayn turning around to look at Otis gets a louder reaction than almost anything else that takes place throughout tonight. I am starting to think the green shirt guy has multiple variants of himself around the world after looking at this one fan right here at ringside.
Leapfrog. Sends Gable.
How has nobody even tried to tighten up the ropes after all the botches that took place because of its looseness by now? International crowds should definitely be a full-time thing for WWE's premium live events rather than just a first half of the year thing. It is so amazing to hear the energized crowds during the matches. Makes me wish I was over there. Given the history of referees getting knocked over at the crucial point of the matches, I'm shocked this referee was mere inches away from both wrestlers during their version of Suplex City. It's like he's asking to get knocked out or something. Alright, this was a funny sequence to see both Sami Zayn and Chad Gable counter one another over and over with the German suplex grip.
And that was it for Zayn, surely.
Wade Barrett definitely has poor timing with his words, as he said that was it for Sami Zayn despite the obvious counter to the ankle lock. Also, don't call them Shirley.
Well, that's not your...
Chad Gable literally does everything in his own power to destroy his momentum of becoming the Intercontinental Champion, including right here, the worst thing he could ever do. Grab the championship before he ever wins it, the ultimate jinx.
Don't do it, Maxine! Don't do it!
Chad Gable is somehow shocked that Maxine Dupree is not whacking Sami Zayn with the Intercontinental Championship after she has shown resistance so many times in the prior weeks leading to tonight, not to mention the mistreatment of Chad to Maxine. What did you think was going to happen, you stupid dumbass? Also, this match was actually doing very well. Sami Zayn and Chad Gable were putting on a fantastic back and forth wrestling match, and then Chad chose to ruin everything by bringing Alpha Academy into the mix. Yeah, I know, he's the bad guy here, but can't you try to be like Gunther levels of a bad guy? Doesn't like anybody, but also doesn't rely on anybody. Man, this fucking crowd is energetic for Otis. Haven't seen this much support for Otis since he made up with Mandy Rose at WrestleMania 36. While that was inside an empty performance center, you could feel the energy from everyone watching at home.
But Gable grabbed the bad leg.
Chad Gable is doing everything in his power not to win the Intercontinental Championship, the very same title he's been obsessing over for months and months. I guess it truly never meant that much more to him after all.
Inside of the ring. Oh!
Everyone did a good job coordinating Maxine Dupree getting the chop block from Chad Gable after the latter was sent sailing into her by Sami Zayn. Giving credit where credit is due. This is not over, even though it absolutely is over, face. Surprised that doesn't say talent name after these two ladies defeated Cody Rhodes to win the Women's Tag Team Championship earlier tonight. I enjoy Piper Niven. She's a fantastic athlete in WWE. The problem with this is she is only getting a Women's Championship match because we're in her home country of Scotland. If this event took place anywhere else, she absolutely would not be getting a title match, which also meant we obviously knew she wasn't going to defeat Bayley. I miss when this could feel like a natural thing and not a forced thing.
Happy birthday, Bayley. Say it once more with feeling, Michael.
Yeah, you heard him. Wish Bayley a happy birthday with feeling. Not like the time Vince McMahon simply tweeted happy birthday Shane McMahon and got it over with.
Never come close to this.
Fans are singing the Will You Be My Girl song to Bayley after they were literally booing her during the ring introductions 1 minute ago. So are you on her side or not? Pick one and stick with it.
I think Piper needs to not pay attention to the WWE Universe.
I mean, the fans were cheering Piper Niven louder than they were for Bayley, so I don't think the audience is going to be a problem. But then again, they changed their mind on a whim, so I guess it counts for something.
She had an unbelievable feud with Bianca Belair.
And lost literally every single one of those matches. Either Michael Cole was still pestering Bayley, or he forgot that fact when trying to say Bayley has experience defeating more powerful opponents. Because that was a poor example.
Oh, that's not.
This sequence of Chelsea Green poking at Charles Robinson while complaining about Bayley stomping on her fingers is sadly far more entertaining than the actual match itself.
Piper was hanging out.
Those were some of the softest shoulder thrusts into the midsection I have ever seen, and I'm pretty sure Piper Niven is not being affected by them at all. Wait, she actually is?
Whoa!
Gosh darn, that was insane. Sure, it wasn't much height, but let's be honest. Someone Piper Niven's size, shut up, I'm not calling her fat, she's in tremendous shape, doing a risk-taking move like that while Bayley also risked getting crushed on the floor. Both women did an excellent job executing that maneuver. Finally a center mover on this match. Here you go, get a nice close-up view of this championship while the match for said championship is in progress. I know you prefer to watch the actual match, but here you go. Now, obviously, Bayley is not actually connecting those headbutts onto Piper Niven, but even then, how is she not dazed in the least bit? Ever tried hitting your head off someone's skull multiple times? Don't actually do that, it will mess up both your cranium and your opponent's. I think this is the third or fourth time we've seen this reminder that the match we're watching is for the WWE Women's Championship. Given it looks so much like the Men's WWE Championship, I guess it is to ensure there's no confusion.
To her feet, Bayley now. Oh!
That looked less like a swanton on a Piper's back and more of Bayley using Piper's back to slide forward so she can fall on her own ass in the middle of the ring. Chelsea Green has only been back for a year and a half and she's already a fucking legend, taking off 5 cents for this Juan Cena type disguise after she got kicked out earlier.
Who is this? Nacho Chelsea.
Nice try, Michael.
Oh, good. Win!
Bayley remembered how Becky Lynch beat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 35 with a crucifix pin and a botched pinfall and figured this would work to her advantage. In a stunning twist, Bayley actually pinned Piper Niven without any botch. That was a great way to end the match if I'm being honest. WWE promotes Money in the Bank taking place in Toronto, but instead of actually showing Toronto, they show Niagara Falls. Great as the place is, my favorite getaway spot, that's nowhere near Toronto. It's literally 2 hours away from each other. CM Punk literally told Drew McIntyre that he would make his life a living hell, even if it meant attacking him in his home country of Scotland. And it never once crossed into Drew's mind that he should consider banning Punk from ringside just to be on the safe side? Judgment Day gets banned from ringside, but that's not even a thought on anyone's mind about who can possibly interfere with this feud. Oh, fuck off. Enough with the teases. I really want Broken Dreams back on the full-time. Now you're just fucking with us, aren't you? Watching this entrance for Drew McIntyre similar to WrestleMania 40, I am getting Rowdy Roddy Piper vibes from his entrance at the inaugural WrestleMania event. This is an amazing homecoming performance for Drew, even if the result is going to suck for his fans there. Holy shit, this reaction is massive. Just from this reaction alone, storyline or not, it was the wrong move to not crown Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship. Especially when it's the second Clash at the Castle event in a row where Drew gets screwed out of a World Championship in the main event. Another 10 cents taken out for this amazing response from the crowd added in with a DBA meter. It may look like it, but the pipes and drums band are actually not performing Drew McIntyre's theme song. I think it would have been amazing if they actually were performing it with the actual track playing as they parade Drew to the ring.
Public enemy number 1.
Until the end of the match, then he's public enemy number 2. Gotta love it when Damian Priest tries to pose for the camera, but Drew McIntyre basically says, nope, you ain't getting the spotlight in my home country. First time I've seen that happen in a long while, if ever. Drew McIntyre having trouble hitting a clothesline on Damian Priest over the top rope, showing more proof that no one even tried to fix the loose rope situation. Bunch of dumbasses. We went through like an hour's worth of commercials so far tonight and no one thought to fix that? Seriously? One single clothesline and Damian Priest figures that's enough to start mocking the audience?
Drew rolls through. Uh-oh, look at that. Looking for the Michinoku.
Nice work on the part of Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest to quickly improvise when the initial attempt at the Michinoku driver failed. Did not lead to any awkwardness and allowed Drew to still successfully hit the move. There were many botches tonight, but this was a botch save.
And again, off the Prime.
After all the times the Prime Hydration Station has been violated at every PLE, why do they even have it there anymore? I absolutely would have a meltdown if that was the Mountain Dew Hydration Station and it got violated at every show.
The opportunity to prove himself.
This sequence scared the hell out of me because Damian Priest nearly snapped his ankle on the ropes when they got caught. See what happens when you have loose rope problems? Thank heavens Damian is not severely injured from this, because that could have gotten way worse.
Like fireworks inside the Hydro.
It's one thing when The Undertaker pulls down his straps to deliver more carnage, but it doesn't really work for Damian's case as he had to readjust his entire outfit just to make it work.
Razor's Edge.
Damian Priest did a great job connecting the Razor's Edge while also selling the ankle injury after what happened on the ropes. Thus, the move was not fully connected with enough velocity, and it wasn't enough for Damian to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Requirement for Damian Priest to get.
Well, that was just awkward. Obviously, Drew McIntyre's intention was to flip off Damian Priest, but Damian actually thought that Drew was trying to punch him, leading him to suddenly become woozy after not even getting touched. Unless the power of the fuck you has sorcerer magic attached to it.
Gets him back into the ring. Look at the Claymore.
Damian Priest literally took a Claymore kick that sent him crashing through a barricade, but then 15 seconds later, when Drew McIntyre puts him back into the ring and goes for a second Claymore kick, Damian magically recovered from that. Make it make sense. Smell my fingers, Drew. I totally did not have them on my ass crack earlier today. You just got pranked. Damn, that's gotta suck for the referee. Instantly realized he was about to get knocked over at the crucial point of the match and said, "Oh hell no, I'm out." But just when he thought he saved himself, he fell victim. It was a nice try, but he fell victim in the end. If there's one thing I did like about this, it was WWE making sure to not show CM Punk until after he stopped counting. At first glance, fans think it's a second referee, but when the count is in progress, you notice the unique hairstyle and realize who it really is before the count ever stops. Who would have thought it'd be possible to have amazing cinematography like that in WWE? I'll take 3 cents off for that amazing reveal.
CM Punk has screwed.
While it progresses the story, this continuous charade of having CM Punk screw Drew McIntyre out of World Championship victories really became overkill, to the point where its progression of a story doesn't excuse it, as Drew has been on the receiving end of loss after loss, cheat after cheat when it matters the most way too much. Not to mention, it makes CM Punk look like the real bad guy here when he's supposedly the hero of the story, adding 50 more sins because this is frustrating for the wrong reasons. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if Drew McIntyre sees a third Clash at the Castle event and responds with, "Hell no, I'm out of here."